Now you're ready to transfer your drawing to your linoleum block. The materials that you'll need are your clean linoleum block, masking tape, a piece of tracing paper, a piece of gray graphite paper. This looks a little bit like the tracing paper, but it has one dark side. You'll also need a pencil, a ballpoint pen, which I've included in your kit, and a Sharpie marker, which is also included in your kit. This is what they look like so that you can identify them. Okay, so your drawing's all finished, and what I've done here is I've taken a piece of tracing paper, which is the translucent paper in your packet, and I've taped it over the top of my drawing. And I'm starting to, using a pencil, go over all the details on my drawing and transferring it to the tracing. I'm not doing any value, I'm just going around the value shapes with line so that I can see them when I transfer them to the block. Now I'm going to speed up so you don't have to watch me draw this, and we'll chat at the end of the drawing. Okay, so it's all done now, and you can see that I've added a few details, a few directional lines to show the direction that I'll be cutting when I get this onto my block. Okay, now I'm going to get my block and my transfer paper, and the transfer paper is the paper that is dark on one side and light on the other, and you need to put the dark side facing the block. I'm just going to flip it over and tape it. If you have some masking tape, that would be better. I didn't have mine at home, so you should have some in your 3D kit. So I'm just taping it so that it doesn't move while I'm doing the drawing. Once I finish taping this down, I'm going to tape my tracing onto it. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to put my tracing face up the way I drew it and drop the block on top of it. Then I also want to tape that down so that it doesn't move while I'm tracing it onto my block. Just a few pieces of tape is enough to secure it so that it won't move around. And again, if you have masking tape, it works a lot better. Okay, and when you flip it over, you should see your drawing on the tracing paper, and it should be backwards. And you can double check it by looking at your drawing. Now you're going to use a ballpoint pen and trace over it with the ballpoint pen. The ballpoint pen is a little bit harder than a pencil, so it will push the carbon or graphite onto the block so that you'll be able to see it at the end. So now I've completely traced over my drawing, and my next step is to take it apart and make sure that I've got everything traced onto the block that I need. And then I'm going to be tracing over it with Sharpie. The Sharpie will keep the drawing permanent so that when I wash it in between proofing, it won't go away and I won't have to redraw it. So there it is. And my next step will be to trace it with Sharpie. I'll talk about this in the next video.